Good morning.
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 That was Baba O'Reilly by The Who. You are listening to the 11 o'clock waffle here on Radio Wave.
I really want to watch CSI now.
Why not Life on Mars?
Because that's the theme tune to CSI.
No, I thought it was Who Are You? By
There's
The
three
Who.
different kinds of CSIs. There's CSI, which is Who Are You? Then CSI Miami, which I think is Baba O'Reilly. And then CSI New York. And that's another Who song, but I can't remember what song that is. Maybe Miles, something like that? I can't remember. I'm going to look it up.
Well, it's the 11 o'clock waffle here from 11 till 1. On this week, this is the show, by the way, where we debate the week's news, entertaining, educating, informing, essentially the BBC on the internet.
Except more entertaining.
Yeah. More entertaining than an episode of Outcasts. My God, is that bad? Has anybody watched it? It's
What's
so
Outcasts?
dull.
No, I haven't watched it.
It's like the BBC's new sci-fi drama, sort of Lost, but on a planet.
Yeah, but I didn't know anyone was watching it, so this is like the first I've actually heard of feedback from it.
The best character in this guy in the first episode is sort of like a baddie. He's gone, like he's one of the colony, but he's gone a bit rogue. And they kill him off at the end of the episode. The most interesting character dies in the first episode.
Oh.
Red letter character.
And the rest of them are boring.
You're going to kill a good character, wait until the end of the season.
Yeah, wait till the end. Don't kill the best one off in the first episode, and then you have all the boring people.
Having said that though, I mean, it does kind of, what is it? I'm really trying to say something. But yeah, it's kind of, it leaves you in suspense. It means that you don't know who's going to get it. You can't guarantee.
Yeah, but nobody else has died since.
Oh,
well,
okay, that sucks.
Yeah.
It's a crappy program.
Yeah, I should probably do my little bit with the intros now, the fun bit.
Okay,
Yeah.
go for it.
You've heard her talking loads already. She was on the debut show.
Yeah, alright.
It's Karla. Hello, Karla.
Hello. I like my theme tune. By the way, I lied. Baba O'Reilly's the theme tune to CSI New York and CSI Miami. It's won't get fooled again.
It's a bad start already, Karla.
Sorry.
It's not going well.
I have notes for the questions.
Right, let's turn.
Do you say Mario or Mario?
It's me, Mario.
Yeah.
Mario. It's Ma.
You may recognise her when she became the first female winner a few shows back.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
She is Cornwall's #1 seller of sea salt.
I am.
It's Lucy. Hello, Lucy.
Hello.
Finally, the last panellist of the show. And he needs no introduction. Hello, Ed.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great, thanks. Yeah.
Are you still mourning the demise of Crash?
A year on, yes, I am.
Right. So we should probably go on with the show now, so it's 12 minutes past 11.
Yeah.
Okay, starting today with the story that postal workers get through 2 million red rubber bands a day. And Royal Mail has come under criticism over its mass littering. But what is the first form of littering? We'll start with Ed on this.
First form.
The worst form.
Yeah, I'm going to say leaving chewing gum in places. You know why? Because it's everywhere. Seriously. You go, I'll just sit down and put my fingers under the seat. Oh, chewing gum. It's like, I'll just walk in. Oh, look, there's chewing gum there in front of me. It's everywhere, and people just throw it around.
Ed is the holder of the current highest score on 60 points, and that was with just 12 questions. A very good start from Ed. Let's go to Lucy, the other winner on the show today.
Right, okay, so I was obviously going to say chewing gum because it is disgusting and everywhere.
Yeah.
Not so much littering, but it really annoys me people with dogs who don't pick up after their dogs because I don't want to stand in that. That's horrible. So, yeah.
Do you know what annoys me worse than the dog poo, though?
What?
Horse poo.
Because that happens often.
Yeah,
It's
how
just
often do you see
when you
horse
live in the countryside
That's
and you
true,
have to
yeah.
walk down country lanes,
Okay.
and you have to basically play hopscotch across the road because they've just littered the entire road.
True.
That's
Yeah.
quite bad actually in the country,
true.
yeah.
It's terrible. Karla, mediocrity is your middle name according to James.
I came second, in a very good second. And second in the high score table as well. So I think,
In the high score table.
Well, I'm fairly top in the high score table, aren't I?
I'm not sure. I'll have to check.
I'm sure you said second at one point.
Alex is second now, isn't he?
57 Alex got last week, 56
right,
for James.
okay.
Karla on the first show scored
Da, da, da.
56. So
Oh,
she is
come on, I'm in top
third.
5.
your third.
I'm in top
Third of
top
the
3
five.
even. But yeah, I think holiday cards, because I think they're pointless. You throw them away after 2 weeks.
Holiday cards? What, postcards?
No, like Christmas cards, birthday
Ah.
cards,
yes.
especially Mother's and Father's Day, and Easter cards. Why do you need Easter cards? God knows.
Teacher cards. You get teacher cards now. Thank you for teaching me. Thank you for doing your job, teacher.
Yeah, but it's, if you want to wish someone a happy birthday or a happy Christmas, tell them that. If you want to give them a heartfelt letter, then write it on paper. It's, I don't know. It's
Although worse than that is the people. We're not doing post Christmas cards this year. We're going to Facebook message.
Yeah.
Your mum is a candidate of that.
Well, in all fairness, she did give money to charity, money that she would have spent on Christmas
What
cards.
charity?
I believe
This
it was...
depends on the points, Karla.
I believe it was NSPCC.
Oh.
Oh, that's lovely. That's good. That's nice.
Yeah.
Do you keep handmade cards?
Yes, those I keep, because, that has some heartfeltness into it.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
There's something behind that, isn't it? Somebody's
Yeah,
made the effort to make you a
Yeah.
I
card.
keep them as well.
Whereas if going into a shop and picking up a card off the shelf really isn't the same sentiment, I don't think,
At the end of the day, it's the thought and the message inside which
is more important.
is more important,
Definitely.
in my opinion.
Shall we move on to the next question?
Go for it.
Which ties in to the end of the show. It's a 20-second improvisation speech round thing. If you listened to the first show, you would have heard Karla defend Ricky Gervais being banned from entering America.
Yeah, I didn't do well with that.
If you listened to the Valentine's show, you would have heard Lucy cry out for the man who proposed to her in Club Eye to come back to her life.
I did.
Has he returned? That's what the listeners want to know.
No, he has not, I'm afraid.
If you had
Yeah.
heard last week's show, you would have heard Alex advertise a range of Doctor Who merchandise, let's say,
Of sexual nature.
rather brilliantly. He was so good, Maya couldn't even talk after. But this week, we're going to be focusing on, for the next question anyway, the tale that an American journalist is set to challenge FIFA president Sepp Blatter for his job. So what position of power are you prepared to challenge for, and why? And if you can send your suggestions into the Facebook group 11 O'Clock Waffle, of what speech the panellists should make for a new job at the end. So Lucy, what job do you want?
Your job. I want to see 11 o'clock waffle. That's my aim in life. I will be campaigning to get your job.
I see.
Yes.
I like it.
You can
I like
continue
it a
on
lot.
after I've left Cornwall at the end of the year.
I could do.
Just come work up at the campus in the shop or
Yeah.
the canteen.
And carry this
I mean, you
radio
don't really
show.
need to cook to work there, do you?
They do a very good job in the canteen. Let's just
Although
get that out there.
as to breakfasts, they
Are
were good.
amazing.
They are surprisingly good. If you haven't had one, check one out. Have one.
Karla, let's go for you next.
I got kind of really stuck with this one. I can't think of one specific job I'd like, but I think I'd have to just go for the Queen.
I like your thinking.
It's just, just get to sit on a throne, and
Pretty good.
let's be honest, the Queen doesn't really make any decisions now. She just kind of laces around and needs to be in a couple of countries
What's
every
she-
once in a while.
What's she got against Bruce Forsyth?
I don't know. I would
I
have given
don't
him
know.
something by now.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
it's not fair
deserves
on your
it.
granddad to just be
Yeah,
in
it's
the
not, no.
limelight, in the back of the limelight all the time.
I don't know.
He should have got it by now. I'm campaigning for your granddad.
My granddad's actually got an MBE, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Oh,
he did. He's like one of the big cops from the Midlands.
oh wow.
So he took down a man with an axe.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how awesome my granddad is. He took down a man with an axe. The man had the axe. My granddad didn't have the axe and take him down with it. But
Yeah. Oh, well done
Yeah.
to your granddad. Whoop, whoop.
Edgar,
Hello, I would have gone for something more realistic. I've I really love to be head designer at Naughty Dog, which is a game company.
Is this the game company behind the PS1 and PS2 Legend Crash Bandicoot, Edgar?
It's behind the PS1 Crash Bandicoot, PS2 they've Jack and Daxter, PS3 they've done Uncharted.
Wow.
So that's series for that. Yeah, and designing would also include writing. So I would love to do it for a video game company, yes, but Naughty Dog in particular, I think.
Ah, that's a good answer. My sister's informed me that my granddad has an OBE.
That's the order of the British Empire.
Yeah.
Very good, very good.
That was Darren Shan thinking it was Order of the Bloody Entrails.
We should probably do the scores before we go to a song. Good song coming up, by the way.
Oh, okay.
In last place on 6 is Lucy.
Oh, is that because I want your job?
Yeah. And tied on 8 points is Edgar and Karla.
Oh.
Karla very rarely not in second.
Oh, okay.
Although we've learnt on this show that whoever's in last place at the start of the show tends to win.
Oh, yeah.
James took a flying lead, didn't he, on the first show?
He did, yeah.
And then failed.
Why did he go wrong? I can't even remember.
It was the,
yeah.
the synchronized swimming with chimpanzees.
It would have been fine until he said, because they'd probably drown.
That was Britney Spears with Toxic. Anybody into that song?
Not really.
Not really my thing.
I can give or take it.
But, you know.
Not my favourite Britney track.
I
But yeah, it marks like classic 90s when you're like 11 years old.
I like substituting the word toxic for chocolate in that song. It makes it more enjoyable.
You better know that you're
Chocolate.
Keep on that thought, because we are covering food later on the show.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Delving into Saturday kitchen territory.
Okay.
Anyway, the next topic is about how the FA Cup, there's reports that the FA Cup format might be tinkered with, so that a winter break can be implemented into the footballing season. So what other traditions need tinkering with? We'll start with Karla.
Well, I kind of tweaked the question a little bit for my own benefit. I think there should be a holiday involving chocolate at some point in the end of July. Because we have Christmas in December and we have Easter in like March, April. There needs to be something in between where we can have a few days off and just gorge ourselves silly, basically.
In summer.
In the summer, yeah.
Isn't that ice cream season though?
We can have chocolate ice cream.
You'd have Mr. Whippy out after you.
Well, all I'm saying is there should be like a decent holiday season at the end of July where, you know.
Summer.
Yeah, but it's not proper, is it? It's, you know, without the work and, you know, that you
And
do
only so
just-
many people get holiday time, I suppose. Maybe
Yeah.
if it
I
was a
guess, yeah.
set holiday.
Yeah,
more
like
people.
an actual bank holidays
Yes.
and stuff.
Okay.
Lucy, what have you got?
Well, mine's a bit more of a moan about how the holiday season seems to be actually all year round, because I don't want to see Christmas in the shops at August, and I don't want to see Easter eggs on the 1st of January. So I'm thinking that we need to cut down on how long like the holidays are in the shops and out there, because it just doesn't make them as fun and as exciting, because you're thinking, well, I've seen that same wrapping paper in the shop for the past 6 months. It's not really that fun anymore.
I have to admit, yeah, I prefer the sort of time of Christmas rather than the sort of presents and
Yeah.
Christmas Day type thing.
Yeah.
'Cause it just seems everyone's more jolly, I think. Everyone's happier and it's just...
I just don't want to see Christmas things up in August. It just
Yeah.
confuses me.
It does, it's true.
I remember at Woolies we had to play, like, to promote the Christmas catalogue being launched in October, we had to have a day of Christmas music.
Oh,
What?
no.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
ridiculous. We had to dress up in
no.
Christmas stuff, we had to play Christmas music all day, people were
Halloween.
coming in.
Halloween doesn't get much of a say anymore, does it?
It's just sort of shoehorned in, and
Yeah.
then the minute Halloween ends, Christmas comes in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bonfire doesn't even get anything anymore, really.
No.
Ed, you're next.
I'm actually gonna say, might get beatings for this, but the whole tradition of the huge wedding type thing, and you know why? It's because it's, you know, you have a sort of partner and it's like tradition to go into a church, get married, have a full-blown expensive wedding, and you realise that you're paying loads and loads for what essentially is just a certificate saying you're married.
Best day of your life.
Yeah, but you don't need like loads of money to do that.
No,
and then you do it in
no.
a church as well, which is quite a religious thing. A lot of people
Aren't religious.
You've
And
got a good, at least half of this country is not that religious.
I've always said if I get married, I'm not doing it in church because
Las
it just
Vegas.
seems wrong.
It does seem ridiculous.
No, I'm not going to turn
Las
religious
Vegas
for
is
one
where your
day.
wedding
but
is.
there is so many people that do
Part of me
though.
does love the Las Vegas idea.
Although,
in all
has
in all
any
fairness.
marriage in Las Vegas ever lasted?
I
Probably
think,
has for someone.
yeah,
Katie
probably.
That ended very shortly.
Yeah, but
Ashton Kutcher,
To-
Britney Spears.
to be honest, as long as my dad walks me down the aisle, I don't care what my wedding's like. That's my own little
You
opinion.
want one in the church?
No, definitely not in a church.
I don't understand the people that literally do turn religious for a church wedding. They'll go to the church for the good
Can't.
couple of months beforehand and
That's
whatever, and it's
insane.
just like, and then they never go again, and it's like, well, what's the point?
Next up, an opera in London has opened based upon the life of Anna Nicole Smith, co-written
Why?
by the author behind the Jerry Springer opera. So whose life needs to be turned into an opera? Karla.
Okay, this could go. Basically, after watching Big Fat Quiz of the Year, I think the Chilean Miner's story as an opera would be amazing.
Oh.
Wow.
I know it'd be risky, but after Louis Spencer, is that his name? On
Louis
Big Fat
Spence.
Gypsy, did like that little dance for it. And I think if you treated it right, it could actually be something really heart-wrenching and brilliant.
Yeah, I reckon you're onto something there.
Yeah, it's, you could maybe put in a little love story.
Just write it for your
and
dissertation.
maybe I will.
Lucy.
Right, well, if you want another car crash of a life story, I suppose the most obvious one would be Katie Price. Come on, that's it's all there for you, isn't it? I mean, also another one which I thought about was Alan Sugar, just because I think it would be hilarious to see someone portraying him singing about being fired.
You're
I can see it.
fired. Fired.
Like in the Apprentice style. That's what I want to see.
I guess it's just you now, Ed.
Yeah, I would say Vern Troyer, who played Minnie.
Nice.
Wow.
And you know what? Because his life seems like a bit of a roller coaster,
That song's on the show later as well. Damn, why isn't it
and he
next?
shouldn't have to hide it.
What do you
Yeah,
make of
he's
this?
actually the sex addict who was caught on tape as well, and he's been caught actually several times for this kind of thing. And I think
On
he's
tape.
probably lived videos of other people, and I think he probably has quite an interesting life that deserves to be sung and shown. I think.
Oh dear.
Wow.
On 12 points, it's Karla.
What?
On 14, Lucy. And Edgar is in the lead on 16.
Yeah.
Yay.
Got a bit of work. Yeah, but you got to remember, these two won a show and you finished second.
Yeah.
So you're still sort of second.
Theoretically.
Theoretically, yeah.
Woo.
That was Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter with A Little Priest. And before that, we had Candyman by Sammy Davis Jr.
I love pie.
Perfect.
And Candyman's put my sister in a good mood for today, which is always good. We're bringing joy to the listeners, people.
Fantastic.
It brought joy to us as well, I think.
It's a good song. It makes you just want to sort of, sway and eat chocolate, which is why we could really do an Easter holiday soon. Or a July holiday for chocolate.
Well, I think there should be one.
So I don't know if you've got the link at all, but those songs are about food, and MasterChef has returned to the telly.
Woo!
A bit X-Factory, I'll be honest.
I like it showing the audition process.
It was too X-Factor. Oh, sob
It's
story.
not
Just
X-Factor.
cook the food.
It's
cook
not
the
X
food.
Factor, and it's not like they told the judges I cook because I'm blind and deaf and mute and I lost
No.
all my family.
MasterChef hasn't got that deep yet.
It's.
Give it a series or two.
I think it's good showing how the auditions work.
Yeah, but they have the
Personally.
family there, and then they have the people come on and do their sob story about how they quit their job to become a cook, and you're
But
like, well,
it's-
that's sensible.
But it's not a sob story. All it was voiceover women saying
Oh,
Jeff
India Fisher.
is 32 and recently been made redundant, and that was it.
But then they'd have like the family there going, oh, I hope he gets through. I hope he gets to cook.
Yeah, but some of those people didn't go through, and they didn't tell that sob story to the chef. to the master chefs.
Somebody did. There was a woman on it last night who just bawled her eyes out every time she cooked something.
Was it on last night?
Yeah.
No.
Got the second half of it. Oh, I've cooked it. Oh, I don't know if it's gone well. Oh, I hope I go through. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm through. Great. I can cry a bit more.
But they've never put anyone through for tears.
Yes,
Ever,
they
have
have.
they?
They've
When?
always. Tea as a dessert. That's what Greg cares about. If you were to enter MasterChef, what would be your special dish that you would cook for Greg and John? Yeah, do we start with Ed on this? Ed the chef?
Chef? Maybe chef with a burnt hat. Yeah, I'm not a very good cook of anything, so I've gone for the rather ridiculous things of what I can do, of pasta bake sauce on roast. Roast, which is like the stage between toast and bread.
Wow.
And it's like kind of soft and everything melts into it. Yeah,
Lovely.
it's a rubbish dish, but it probably tastes quite nice, I reckon.
Alright, now this is tricky. Is Lucy a better cook than Karla?
I
Well,
I
to be
would have
honest-
thought so, to be honest.
No.
I'll go with Lucy next.
Okay, so I'm not a good cook in the sense of I can come up with dishes, but I can bake. So
Yeah.
for my starter, probably chicken and mushroom pie.
For starter?
Not for starter, for like I'm thinking main course and dessert
How
here.
is this dinner?
Lucy's really thought this through. I only came up with one dish.
Okay, for
Yeah.
starter, I would probably do something really easy, like brie with something. But no, for
Or you with something.
with something,
Let's
with a
spot
bit
through.
of salad, a nice bit of cranberry on the side, and then
What are you planning? What do you eat the brie, cranberry and salad with? Is there bread? Is there crackers?
no. Brie in breadcrumbs,
Oh.
and then you serve it with cranberry sauce and a little bit of salad
That
with
sounds
it.
amazing.
I would do a chicken and mushroom pie for my main course. Yeah. And then probably for dessert, even though we've had pie for the main as well, it would have to be an apple and raspberry pie with lashings of homemade custard.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, just nice home cooking. There you go.
It's dribbling away.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Thank
It's
you.
all up to Carla to top that.
Yeah, come on, Carla.
Well-
I'd probably
Top
skip starter, I'll be honest. I'd come for the pie.
that. Okay.
To be honest, I'm not a cook. I can't really cook. However, I would probably show off my nan's special recipe jam tarts, which she taught me when I was young. Pastry, all made ourselves with just and they are the best jam tarts ever. And you've tried them, Mac.
See.
You know they are.
Yummy.
I have some back at the
There's
flat.
more jam tarts.
Yes.
Those jam tarts are epic.
Maybe I'll bring up a couple for you.
Is this bribery again? Like
No, no,
Nat
it's
was
not.
on and she bought me a donut and then ate the donut so there was no donut.
I never knew Nat did that.
She tried to
that's
bribe me with a
classic.
donut which she'd ate.
That is brilliant.
I remember everyone out of the flat just leaving me alone in a flat with a box of jam tarts. Many were ate.
Surprised
Okay.
they weren't cherry baked ones. You and your cherry baked ones, mate.
Gone off them, I can't afford them. Damn credit crunch. Damn credit crunch. You know, I'd probably just cook that meal I cooked the other week for you guys with the 5 pots of double cream.
The most fattening pudding ever.
Tomato and pasta soup to start, roast beef, dauphinoise potatoes, runner beans, carrots, mushroom sauce, and then for dessert, chocolate fondant, raspberry coulis and lemon pot.
Oh, I
sounds
wish I was there.
amazing.
1500 mils of double cream.
You've got to cook for me and Lucy. Clearly, we've not had this pleasure of being cooked.
Do you know what's funny? Is when I was cooking the soup in the recipe book, what did it ask for?
No idea.
I have
Sea
no idea.
salt.
Sea salt.
Sea
salt, and I had no sea salt in the
Well,
house.
you know, you should have contacted me.
Yeah.
Lucy sells the sea salt. You should have known.
She sells
She
sea
sells sea
salt on the seashore. And then from one Australian to another,
Oh.
an Australian town has changed its name from Speed to Speed Kills in an attempt to promote a greater awareness of road safety. A resident there as well, called Phil Down, has changed his name to Phil Slowdown.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay. Dedication.
So
Yeah.
what other places are in need of a name change? Let's go with Ed to start.
There is a place in East Yorkshire called Wetwang.
Oh, nice.
And I
Actually,
think
wow.
that needs to change its name, I think. There's another place as well in the UK called Ardgay, but I think Wetwang definitely needs to change its name.
Carla.
I'm going to choose my hometown, Reading, because it's spelt reading. So it should either change the spelling or we should call it reading, because it makes no sense otherwise. It just shows our illiteracy throughout the whole thing. But can I make a special mention to Bulls in New Zealand, who has the greatest name in town ever? Because everything in it is kind of... The police station is called Constable.
Nice.
There's a shop there called Fashionable. And, yeah, there's 2 schools, Knowledgeable and Educationable. And it's just everything there is just got bull in the name. It is
That's
brilliant.
fantastic.
Such a great place.
Okay, so I was looking up this story because I hadn't heard about it, and there was another one which has cropped up. There's a place near New York called Fishkill, and Peter, is Peter, isn't it? The animal charity got hold of this a couple of years back and campaigned for them to change their name to Fish Safe, because they felt Fishkill is violent towards animals and it could cause people to go out and kill animals, and I just thought that's insane. But I like their notion that Fish Safe would be a better name.
Aren't fish killed for food anyway?
I know, I don't understand. It was quite a big campaign.
Unless you're a set on the fence vegetarian who doesn't like meat, eats fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've just been looking on Google Maps. There is a road called Arse in France.
Very nice.
Yep. You thought that through, France.
It's like the dictionary. It's only ever used at primary school to look up rude words.
Pretty much. I am that mature.
Except for things like the Spanish dictionary and French dictionary, the first things you do when you're in school is just look up those kind of things.
Brian Blessed
Nice.
is
very
now
nice.
available as a voice navigator for the TomTom. So who would you want to hear coming out of your sat-nav? Lucy, if you were trying to escape Cornwall over the border, who would you want giving you directions?
I have a couple. David Tennant with his Scottish accent.
Yeah.
You're right,
Because I think that's a lot better than his accent that he uses in Doctor Who. And also Bill Nighy, because I think he would be hilarious as the voice. But to be honest, I mean, how can you beat Brian Blessed? I mean, that's just amazing. James McAvoy as well, he's got quite a nice.
You wouldn't be able to fall asleep at the wheel, would you, if Brian Blessed?
He would just be shouting at you.
It's what it is. Turn left! You have arrived!
Yeah.
Edgar.
I think an epic voice might do it. So I've actually gone for as well, Doctor. I've gone for Tom Baker because he has an epic voice.
Yes,
And I
nice.
think
Very nice.
possible, yeah, he would be great. I think possible alternatives would be Christopher Lee because he does as well, and maybe a really turned on girl.
Really turned on girl.
I think that would be hilarious. No, actually, no, Tom Baker.
I think that would probably increase the accident rate amongst the young teenage male drivers.
Have you seen the Lee Evans clip that he does of that?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I'll find it on YouTube in the next song, but it's kind of going exactly with what you've said.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, I'll find it.
I don't like to be
You'll find it
compared to
funny.
Lee Evans, no.
It's. I'm not usually a fan of it, but we
Lucy.
were watching it the other week.
You've already asked me.
Karla.
I put down 3 names because I just thought of epic voices well and voices I love. So Ozzy Osbourne I think would be brilliant.
Amazing, but a bit dithery though, wouldn't it be like?
Turn left.
Turn beep.
And then by the time you've got to the turning, you've driven past.
Yeah.
It's
I
like-
can't even remember where we started, man.
Where are we going?
Oh, there's a roundabout up here somewhere, man.
Yeah, just sort of turn.
I've also put down my favourite voice of all time, John Hurt,
Very good.
because I could listen to that voice for hours and hours.
Have you ever heard him read Peter Andre's autobiography?
Yes, he actually makes Peter Andre's biography epic. It's fantastic. In the other one, which is kind of an obvious answer, and there's always jokes about it, B.A. Baracus, aka Mr. T.
I actually did think of that as well.
Oh, could you imagine driving to the airport and get on the plane?
I did imagine it.
He won't give you directions to the airport though, would he? He hates planes. Turn left.
Ed would make a good sat-nav, I think. If you've
Yeah,
ever
he's
heard
got a
him
good
narrating
voice.
this,
Yeah.
is it Sea of Souls?
Sea of Seals.
Sorry.
As in the thing that seals knocks things away.
Sea of Seals
Yeah.
on YouTube and in all good bookstores.
Well, no, not all. Well, on Lulu.com. Or the narrated chapter 1 on YouTube.
Yeah, I listened to it. It was good. Stephen Fry. Surprised no one went for Stephen Fry.
It was too
Oh,
obvious.
it was too
though.
obvious.
Yeah.
It was obvious.
The thought did cross my mind, and then I thought that's the kind of voice that would want like a bedtime story read to, like when I was a kid, and then I realised I'd fall asleep at the wheel, and that's never good. You can't have a voice that makes you want to fall asleep at the wheel.
That's not good. No. Gareth Gates.
You'd be buying it for pity, I think. Because you want to hear it.
I should probably have a song now. It's coming up to... that song will take us into the 12 o'clock hour and the second half of the show. We've actually managed to get halfway through the questions by the halfway stage rather than ahead of the questions.
Well done, woohoo!
So you'll probably guess the link for the next song, but this is Maggie May by Rod Stewart, which ties very neatly into our next question on the story that Rod Stewart has become a father for the 8th time at the age of 66. So what other tales are there about remarkably large families? Let's start with Karla.
I don't think you could go any larger if you tried. Screaming Jay Hawkins, if you've ever heard of him.
No.
Okay, he sang I Put a Spell on You originally.
Okay.
He had the bone like through his nose.
Yeah, I know who you mean now.
It was rumoured that he had 55 children.
Whoa!
And upon his death, DNA tests were taken and more people kept on coming forward. And they say that now is roughly about 75 children that he fathered. So yeah, when he was on tour, he was getting on with everybody apparently. 75 kids, one man.
I actually have a bigger family.
Really?
I do.
Whoa.
You personally?
No, I don't have a young family, but I have a story about
You're
a
only
big family.
21. That's pretty good going, Lucy.
Yeah, I know. All those children.
All that
Sorry,
matters.
I just jumped in there, but.
No, it's okay. I'd finish my answer. You go for it.
Go on, Lucy.
Yeah, well, there's an Indian man. I can't actually see his name or pronounce it, but I looked up this the other day, and he's from Bangladesh, and he has 39 wives, 94 children, and 33 grandchildren, and he's 66.
Christmas
Wow.
does take a long, long time in that household.
Yeah.
I want to have my present first. No, I do. No,
We don't celebrate Christmas.
I was going to say, he probably doesn't.
They might do.
Mr. Channer met his oldest wife, who was 3 years older than he was, when he was 17. Yeah, so
17, so he's been at it ever since.
yeah, so polygamy is allowed where he lives, and he has 39 wives, 94 children, and 33 grandchildren.
That's big.
Edgar D.
I don't have anything near as elaborate as that, I'm afraid. I have a guy called Jim Bob and his Michelle Duggar who have 20 children in America, but they're all debt-free. How? And they all it's very sort of Christian family. They're all sort of united, they're all happy, and lots of people hate them.
Oh, yeah.
They're all debt-free though. And that part amazes me most. They're all somehow successful.
Did nobody look up Travis Henry?
Yeah, but you already suggested that. So
Yeah.
was it?
Yeah.
We couldn't say him if you'd
Oh.
already
Being
told
clever.
us.
Travis Henry, American baseball player, I believe. 11 children by 10 different women.
Yeah.
Dear God.
That's quite impressive.
Yeah.
Didn't
Jeremy Kyle would have a field day with him.
Oh, I think it's like 11 children. I think it's 11 children, 10 different women across 4 states of America.
Oh.
It's not even in the same town. It's across like masses of America.
Didn't he get arrested at some point for not paying child
Yeah,
support?
I was surprised. A pretty good excuse. I couldn't remember which one I'd paid and which one I had. That was a good round. I
Yeah.
think before we have the next bit, we should probably play Brian Blessed thanking the sat-nav people.
Look, this is me, Brian Blessed, out the real thing, the real McCoy, real beer, it's not stuck out, and it's my nose. Look, I am absolutely true to this, delivering this message. Thank you all people for voting for me. I mean, over 25,000 people, I can't believe anyone would take off, but 25,000 people have put this together. Thank you ever so much. This is Brian Blessed, Gordon's alive!
That was Brian Blessed becoming the new voice of the Tom Tom.
That was truly
Yes.
epic.
It sounds like you'd probably get rather excited now when you think about some of the directions he'll give. And up ahead, you'll find a roundabout. You've arrived. Gordon's alive.
Hold on a minute. So it said people voted for him. Was there?
A
What? Who else
competition
was
or
in the pool?
I think
In
it's
the
probably
poll?
like that. That you just vote for who you wanted to do it.
Because I want to find out who the other people.
You know, like Justin Bieber went, yeah, vote for me and I'll go wherever you want me to go. Okay, we want you to go to North Korea. I probably shouldn't do that. It's probably not right. I'm going to go and play with my Pokemon now.
Pokemon.
Oh, he's not that cool, is he?
No, he's nowhere near that cool.
I'm going to play with my Dolls World toys. Children's authors have dominated a list of most loaned books from UK's libraries. So what is your most memorable childhood book? Now, which of the 3 English students should we get to start with this? Who's got the best grades out of the 3 of you?
How do we know this?
No, I don't think we do.
No.
I don't think we
Do we
want
want
to
to
know.
publicise
I don't want
this?
to know.
Let's go with Lucy.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Peter Pan. I remember reading that when I was quite young, and really loving that. The Tale of Peter Rabbit. Because the copy of the book that I have was my grandmother's, and then my mother's, and then mine. And yes, so that's also like really sentimental to me as well. The copy that I particularly have. So that.
Should I take points off Karla for yawning through your answer?
What? No, come on, that wasn't because of that.
Don't
I know, I yawn all the time. I yawn all the time.
I don't mind Karla yawning.
I thought it was lovely. I think it's nice that you've had the book passed down.
It's not really, you don't really get that anymore. Books passed down from generation
No,
to
I know.
generation.
It's very old now and falling apart, but it's lovely.
Let's go with Karla before she falls asleep.
I'm okay. No, my book. I was going to go for Spot the Dog because everyone read Spot the
yeah.
Dog. No matter who you were, and it was brilliant. But overall, I went for. It was a book of Snow White that I got for my birthday. But it had my name in it, and kind of my birthday, and all that stuff. And
I know what you mean. Yeah.
There was a lot of books like it going around, and I thought it was just amazing that Snow White knew who I was. It was kind of like, how do you know? This is amazing. It was kind of like me and Dopey were meant to be best friends. I mean, it's kind
I can
of.
see that.
It was so. Oh, it's such an awesome book.
Karla the 8th dwarf.
It could be worse. They looked like they had a lot of fun.
Well, Dopey was called Dopey for a reason.
Uh.
Ed, you're serious about your books.
If we're defining children like not to 16, then it's gonna be every time I'm gonna choose Cirque du Freak by Darren Shan, because I read that a billion times over when I was younger. I read loads of other books.
Which ones?
Huh?
What was the book?
Cirque du Freak by Darren Shan. I was into horror a lot when I was younger, like really younger, because I read like Goosebumps and everything. I read loads of those books, but that one, Darren Shan's Cirque du Freak, changed me.
Forever.
It did, yeah.
The scores. On 32 points, it's Edgar.
Ooh.
34 points, it's Karla.
Okay.
So Lucy's in the lead.
On 37
That's
points,
changed
Lucy's
around.
Oh.
That's changed around.
There we go. She was last at the start as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's weird how it works. Don't forget, we have our 20-second improv round at the end of the show, which you could suggest jobs for our panellists today, and they have to make a 20-second speech on how happy they are to have that job. So, for instance, you could say that Karla, is now the face of Mario. And she has to make a speech on how happy that she's now Mario.
That could be so much worse. I would love that. Actually love it.
It's me, Karla.
It's me.
Mario. That was Busted with Crash the Wedding. I hope you enjoyed that, sister. Before that, we had Love and Marriage by Frank Sinatra. Question by Old 97s, which you might recognise from an episode of Scrubs, where Turk proposes to Karla. Not the Karla on the show today, but a different Karla. And before that, we had Can't Help Falling in Love with You by Elvis Presley. You might have noticed as the songs went along, they
Told a story.
They told a
Tell a
story.
story.
They told a story
Yeah.
of falling in love, of proposal, of love and marriage, and then a crashing of a wedding. Which leads us very nicely on to the wedding of Prince William and Kate Middleton.
Oh.
The invitations went out this week. Anybody get one?
No,
No,
didn't
sadly,
expect
no
one.
invitation from the Queen for me.
I think I would have turned it down anyway.
Why?
Free food.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Free
that's the
food,
only thing
free
I'd go
booze.
for, but I wouldn't be able to stand anything else.
My mate's
Yeah.
met the Queen. Steve. He got an
Really?
invite to Buckingham, yeah.
Wow,
party.
that's quite impressive.
For what reason?
I don't know.
Okay.
Steve.
Okay.
But 1,900 guests were invited to the wedding in April. But who should be on that guest list and what role would they play at the wedding? Let's start with Edgar. Needs the points.
I put down Mr. T
Nice.
as security, waiter, and singer.
Yeah, again, another YouTube video of Mr. T singing, which is hilarious.
Okay, let's go to Lucy now.
Okay, so I've got a couple of answers. The vicar has to either be Rowan Atkinson or Dawn French. One of them has to be
Yes.
the vicar. They could take on the role, both of them. It could be a dual thing. One could start the ceremony, one could finish it. And the wedding band would have to be Jedward, Justin Bieber and Miley Cyrus. Can you imagine how bad that wedding band would be?
So why make it them?
Because it would just be so funny.
In all fairness, the amount of money that they have, they could probably resurrect Freddie Mercury and have him be wedding.
Elvis Presley,
Yeah.
the Beatles,
Yeah.
line off the Beatles, complete.
All the Beatles.
All the Beatles.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing.
Karla.
I was going to say about the people at the wedding, they could resurrect Freddie Mercury. That was one bit. Sorry, I took over a little
That's
bit.
okay, that's cool.
However, I think Prince Philip, who would be there anyway, he has to do a speech. He has to do,
He does have to do a speech.
instead of Father of the Bride's speech, Grandfather of the Groom's speech, he would... Oh, I cannot begin to imagine how entertaining that speech would be. He would stutter, he would offend everybody, there would be the most awkward silence afterwards, and I just think it would be brilliant.
That's what you need at a wedding.
Yep.
You could have Jeremy Clarkson. Chauffeur.
Did think about
You would have Richard Hammond. You'd have Mr. Taylor Security. That is a good answer.
Yeah, that was awesome, man.
Okay, next topic on the show. 5 words, very simple. Justin Bieber. Why the fuss? Lucy.
Okay, so why the fuss? You want to know why he's so popular? Because I have no idea. It might be that sweeping fringe, those blonde locks, that boyish charm of a 16-year-old who looks about 12, lots of desperate middle-aged women, and screaming 11-year-olds. I don't understand, but he seems popular, and good luck to him.
I like how you got confused with why the fuss about Justin Bieber with this Justin Bieber's physical qualities.
Well, apparently that's part of his charm. He's so good looking. But no. No, he looks 12. What is wrong with people?
He is 12, isn't he?
Karla, what have you got?
The question, why the fuss? The answer, I really don't know, because I'm sure more people hate him than they do like him. I've only met one person who likes him, and it's just everyone else can't stand him and would happily take the mickey. So I think why the fuss is because people just enjoy ripping the hell out of this kid. I know I do.
He's even got his own film now.
I know why.
In 3D.
And the CSI, well, I don't want to ruin it for anyone else out there who watches CSI because this hasn't been aired in the UK yet.
But it's still worth a YouTube.
It's still worth a YouTube, but the CSI episode that's aired in America a couple of weeks ago that featured Justin Bieber.
Oh.
Okay, I'm just going to give it away. He dies.
It's an
He
epic.
gets shot a lot.
Justin Bieber takes
Yeah.
on the entire Las Vegas Police Department with one gun and a van.
Yes. and he gets shot a lot, and it is one of the top-rated CSI episodes ever.
Is it a good
So-
death scene?
It's an amazing death scene.
Can he actually act?
He's good at pretending to die. If
If
only it was real.
Edgar.
I think half of the sort of younger generation, the half of us, seem to love him for being basically a child prodigy. They call him that. You know, sort of made a career at a young age, very successful. The other half of us love to hate him and want to hit him, and that's sort of the fuss on that side of it. So you got the fuss on the side of the people that actually love him, and you got the fuss on the side of people that actually love to hate him and want to bring him down.
Which is YouTubing it now. Justin Bieber gets hit over the head with a water bottle.
The first thing I ever saw of Justin Bieber eating a Twiglet, that was the first thing I ever saw of Justin Bieber, and there was a song in the background to the video going, Bieber eating a Twiglet. Just over and over. Who is this guy?
We're gonna
That's how I found out
have
about it.
some music now.
It's going to be Bieber, isn't it?
Yeah,
No.
we best not forget that, he doesn't know what Germany is.
No.
either.
No, they don't use that word in America, I'm afraid.
No.
Even though
That's what he
Germany-
says.
Even though Germany and English was the choice of their language when they have their sit-down discussion.
Unbelievable.
That was Take That with the Flood, which I'd say is a pretty damn good album. However, Mumford and Sons beat Take That to the title of Best British Album at the Brit Awards this year. But what truly is the best British album of all time? Start with Karla.
I think I'm going to have to go with a classic, Definitely Maybe by Oasis.
Ooh.
I love Oasis.
Ooh.
No, just me?
I like Oasis.
Definitely Maybe is just a fantastic album. Anything by Oasis, really, is a fantastic album. I don't like them as people, but their music, very, very good.
Ed, what's your answer?
Hello. I'm actually quite a big fan of Muse, so I've gone.
Oh, very good, very
So
good.
I've actually gone for Muse's Black Holes and Revelations, that particular one.
It's a good answer.
Very good answer.
My sister Mrs. Crash too. Oh, so you get a Lucy.
I'm really impressed with the answer about Muse, actually.
Yeah.
It's their best album by far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Showbiz. That's quite good.
I've got it again. I've not listened to that one. I don't think.
Okay, it was one of their early ones. I would have to go. Oh no, I'm so torn. I'm into my older music, so I like the Beatles, and I would say Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band, or David Bowie's Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Both. I have to say both.
You're right.
Leanne is not happy with the Justin Bieber hating.
We don't actually want anyone to die. Can I just get that out there?
Yeah, we are talking about a TV show which, in all fairness, if he did die tomorrow, we're not going to sit here and
We're
kind
not
of
going
say,
to cheer about it.
yay,
no.
we're
No.
happy he died. But on a TV show where he was a bad guy in the TV show, and he is an annoying little git, let's be honest. Sorry, Sarah, if you're listening. I find him annoying. But yeah, we are only talking about a TV show. We do not actually want a child to die.
Right. Anyway, Baby Aardvarks now.
Greatest
I see the
segue
link
ever.
there.
I see the link.
Well, Justin Bieber's young and a baby-like. And plus, we've just watched videos of him walking into doors.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
baby aardvark is under 24-hour watch at Colchester Zoo to protect it from injury from other aardvarks. So who else should be placed under 24-hour watch for their own good? Lucy.
Maybe Bieber, because I mean those videos of him walking into doors, that's just bad. Maybe Jedward as well, just
Yes.
because
Yes.
I have Jedward
seriously,
down as well.
Seriously, they don't know what's going on, and they don't know when to shut up, and it's really bad. And I think for their own safety, Jedward and Justin Bieber should be kept.
Someone needs to keep an eye on Jedward. They're not
Jedward-
safe.
They're not safe.
The world is not safe with them around.
No, they need some kind of mentor just following them everywhere. Just to go, stop, guys, just stop right
Just
there.
calm down. Think about what you're saying, doing before you talk or move.
Yeah.
Karla.
Aside from what we've all spoken about, I want to add Katie Price to that list, so then she can
Yes.
never enter a newspaper ever again.
Or any reality TV
Or any
show
reality
again.
TV show. Just live a normal life, Katie. Yeah? Just kind of spend time with your kids. Be nice. There's more to life than just having people have an opinion on you. You know that.
That's good.
I'd also like to add myself to the list because I am a massive klutz and I just shouldn't be trusted out in public half the
Would you
time.
like to have the list of casualties from last week?
I walked into a woman in a wheelchair. In
Oh!
all fairness, I turned around the same moment that she kind of went past,
Okay.
and then the handle of my bag got caught on the arm of her wheelchair.
Awkward moment.
A bit of an awkward moment, yeah. I also got almost run over in the parking lot in Asda, which wasn't my fault. The guy didn't indicate.
Okay.
Oh, I also got really confused about what tofu was, but that's MasterChef's fault.
Oh, and
Really?
yeah, your landlord didn't recognise you.
Oh, and my landlord didn't recognise me for 2 years. So, yeah,
That's
brilliant.
Pretty
Right, going to do the scores now, and it's 22. 2 questions to go, plus the 20-second improv speech. On 48 points, in last place, is Edgar.
Why?
Ooh.
On 50 points, Karla.
Really? Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
53 points in the lead. Lucy.
Oh, you might beat Edgar's score.
So this
Yeah,
is
2
Ronan Keating with
Yeah,
Life
2
is a Roller
questions. Well,
Coaster.
technically 3.
That was Ronan Keating with Life is a Roller Coaster, and that one's dedicated to Leanne.
Woo. Woo. She said they were amazing.
We are joined in the studio all of a sudden by a special guest. It's James.
Howdy, folks.
Woohoo.
Wait. You know what we need?
Yes, I know what we need.
We need the next question.
That's not what I was thinking.
Introductory music.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was also thinking of a pie, but
Hello, James.
Hello. Didn't expect to be here, but here I am.
Here you are.
Pleasant surprise. Very pleasant surprise.
He's going to try and win the show from 53 points behind. Okay, our next question concerns Blue Peter. Blue Peter's current presenter, Helen Skelton, is to walk a tightrope to raise money for comic relief. But who is the greatest Blue Peter presenter ever? And these are our final 2 questions, and it's the 2-parters. So let's start with Edgar.
I watched Blue Peter when I was younger, so I sort of have those presenters embedded in my head. So I'm going to say, believe it or not, Connie, if you remember her.
Connie
yeah.
Hart.
Because she did loads of like reporting stuff. I remember her doing loads of stuff, basically. She seemed to do everything.
She was very active.
Yeah, she was. And she was there for a really long time as well, if I remember.
What's Lucy's answer?
I was going to say the best team, because I think was Connie Huck, Liz Barker, Matt Baker and Simon Thomas. That was the best team, and it has to be a toss-up between Connie and Matt, because they were really good, and Matt was pretty good, and I think that as a team those 4 were definitely the best. They had the best chemistry, and they always did everything together, and it was really fun. Yeah.
Chemistry.
Well, actually, Connie Huck did date Richard Bacon before his scandal with the drugs.
Yes, I remember
Yeah.
I was
that.
to say which one
Yeah.
took all the drugs.
He's
Yeah.
reformed his career though, isn't he? He's doing quite well.
He's doing quite well on the radio, yeah.
Karla, the only non-fan amongst us.
Well, I think I did watch it as a kid, because when I started looking up stuff about Blue Peter, stuff kind of came back to me, but I don't remember anything specific or if I watched it loads. But I had Connie Huck down, I had Geffen Jones down because I didn't realise he started there. But I think I might have to go for Anthea Turner.
Wow, that's
'Cause
an
she-
oldie, yeah.
She was a pretty big name. That's how she started on Blue Peter.
Yes, it was.
And she was just basically the face of Blue Peter. Not only that, but there were a lot of funny clips of just her getting things wrong on YouTube. So for that alone, brilliant.
It's interesting to see where they've gone now, because Matt Baker's now like the face of wildlife or that Sunday show, isn't he, on the countryside?
He always did all the country
Simon-
stuff.
Simon-
Blue
Yes, he did,
Peter.
yeah.
Simon Thomas is BBC, is Sky Sports News.
Okay, yeah.
And Anthea Turner has Anthea Turner Perfect Housewife.
Yep, and Connie Huck's face of X Factor.
There are more.
Yeah,
Extra.
Right now, there are like 4, 5. There are 5 Blue Peter pets and then 3 presenters. They have more pets than presenters on there right now.
Nobody knows there's Helen Skelton, and that's about it.
Mm.
Just the only one that people. I don't think it's as publicised. Maybe just we've grown out of it.
We've probably grown out of it. I mean, the
Yeah.
last ones I remember joining were Gethin and Zoe.
I remember Zoe Salmon.
Yeah,
And then
those
she
are the last.
left
The
because she
the
was
last
too
two.
pretty for it. Anyway, next bit of the show, greatest ever. Here's something I made earlier on the Blue Peter shows. Let's go with Karla first.
I looked around. There were some videos on YouTube. You can see I go onto YouTube a lot. But I think top runner for me had to have been Tracy Island,
Yeah, that's my answer as well, to be honest.
which just looks the spitting image by the
It
end.
is.
And
It's the best one.
And they
Yeah.
did it every couple of years.
Yeah, they always do it,
yeah,
don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just.
just
And here's a
brilliant.
bit I made
Absolutely
earlier.
brilliant.
Bring out a big rocky
Yeah,
part of
it's
it.
just
How
like
do you do that?
you made this out of foil and cardboard.
Sticky back plastic.
Yeah, sticky
Yeah.
back plastic, PVA glue, and then
Well, is that just going to be all your answer then?
Well, it was Tracy
Yeah,
Island.
it
It was
was
over that
Tracy
one.
Island.
Carousel.
But I had a real Tracy Island when I was little.
Did
and
you?
I still own it.
Oh.
Jealous.
I have it up my loft.
I'm going to make everybody my enemy and say I wasn't a big fan of Thunderbirds.
Well, you're rubbish.
Well done, well done.
Okay.
a close second was the
Captain Scott.
TARDIS that they made in 2006.
Points off for James, who doesn't like Thunderbirds.
Just
Right,
not even
right.
playing.
He doesn't even have any points. He's not here for
He's
points.
on minus points
I think
now.
I should have got 50 points purely for just turning up.
Yeah, that's true.
That was the Thunderbirds theme in honour of the greatest ever invention on Blue Peter. Now we enter the final round, the 20 seconds improvisation speech.
Oh,
You have to make a 20-second speech on getting a new job, and I should probably read out the scores.
Oh, you're going to do those now?
Yes, because
Okay.
the final round is where everything changes.
Okay.
It literally does make or break.
In tied second and third on 58 points, Edgar and Karla.
Okay, cool.
So that means in first place on 61
Oh! She got you! She got you!
There's still 20
points.
seconds.
It's
Still
Lucy, but it can all change on the final round of speeches. So, who do you think we should start off with, James? Edgar or Karla?
I think we should start with Ed.
Ed. What should Ed's job be? Oh,
Have I got to promote this? or-
yeah. No, you've taken the job, so you're kind of promoting accepting a job.
Okay.
Like
you have 20
Brian
seconds
Blessed
to make a speech upon becoming the head creative developer blokey person of the Spyro franchise.
Spyro. Okay. Well, I'm very happy to be here with the sister series to the Crash Bandicoot, Head of Insomnia. I believe in innovation and creation and the free roaming world to appeal to all audiences. Spyro will be much more developed over the next couple of years as he's fallen recently, but I'm very proud to be here and I thank you all for nominating me into this position. I will be happy to lead this project.
It's good. It's very good.
Very
Strong
good,
stuff,
very
strong
good.
stuff.
Strong,
Yeah,
well done, well done.
Karla or
Go Karla. We'll leave the best
Oh,
in
God.
first to last.
Yeah.
what shall we give Karla?
Does Ricky Gervais have a particular rival?
Not really.
I reckon. No, I've
I was
got it.
going to suggest
No, I've
Peter.
got it. Got it. Got it.
Who you got? What you got?
Karla should make a speech. No.
Oh, okay, you haven't got it.
He hasn't
You
got it,
haven't
hasn't got it.
As a Ricky Gervais lookalike.
Oh, come on.
Go.
I'm grateful to have this new position as Ricky Gervais's new lookalike. I know a ton of American anti-jokes and I will make sure to do my best to deliver them in any way possible, no matter who it might offend. And I will pack in a lot more burgers to be the same kind of size. Even though he has slimmed down, and he's looking all right now he's slimmed down.
Okay. let's
That was
start
terrible.
with Lucy. 20 seconds to make your welcoming speech upon becoming president of the Cornish Sea Salt Society.
Okay, I'm very pleased to be here. I will be happy to answer any questions at the end of this meeting. But as I have to say, thank you for nominating me in this position of Sea Salt Seller of the Year and also the president now of the association. I will make sure that sea salt is sold throughout the land, throughout the UK, and then abroad. Cornish sea salt forever.
I like it.
That's
It's
awesome.
very good.
That's
Strong
awesome.
stuff.
She deserves first
Well,
place.
what you couldn't see in the studio was the sweeping hand motions from Lucy.
Yeah.
That
There's
was
the
spectacular.
sea. The
You're going to
sea.
spread salt around all of the country now.
Salt will be everywhere.
Preventing anything from growing. But it's not a problem.
So, who do you
I've
think was
become
the best?
president of the Sugar Society.
Who was the worst? Who was
Oh,
second best?
we
I
don't
don't
have
like
to
to use
pick.
the word worst.
Worst, no,
'cause
don't.
it's
I was
harsh.
bad.
That's harsh.
Who would you award a point to?
Karla, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Who would you award 3 points to?
I don't know, it's pretty close between Ed and Lucy there. I think to Ed for 3 points. Yeah.
Which means
Lucy's
this week's
one.
Purely
winner.
because Sea Salt Forever was a fantastic closing line.
Thank you.
Okay, final on 59 points in last place, one shy of Ed's unbroken 60.
Aww.
Karla.
Well, it was a pretty high score still.
Oh,
It is pretty high.
I beat my score from the first time.
That's
so,
very
yeah.
good.
61 points. It's Edgar,
Yeah.
Beating his previous best.
Yeah,
Yes.
well done.
but miles in the lead. On
Miles?
66 points
Woohoo!
is Lucy to become the first 2 times winner.
Woo! Woohoo!
Aren't you lucky?
Oh.
Karla
Yeah.
slipped from your
Second.
Well,
Sharon,
in all
dagger your salt
fairness,
in your stomach.
I was against 2 winners from previous shows, so I am technically, theoretically, still in second.
And you got a better score than my winning first score. So,
Yes.
You completely aced your winning first score.
true.
Anyway, that's it for this week's 11 o'clock waffle. Join me next week for the Oscars special.
I'm very excited about
Oh,
this.
yeah.
On next week's show, it's going to be Karla.
Yep.
Karla will be the first returning second in a row guest.
And third time.
Third time. James will be
I'll
on
be
it as well.
back.
And I believe Maya's on too.
Ah,
Oh,
cool.
Good lineup.
3
good
big
lineup.
Brilliant.
film buffs.
Yes.
Film buffs. We are back next week, 11 till 1. Enjoy. Bye.
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 Bye.